Welcome back to Garage Matters. It's time to get this prep work done on this head so we can get it reinstalled on that motor. So what I'm doing now is just cleaning up all the old oil that's inside of this head. I'm just going to try to wipe everything down the best as I can. And then the mating surface is right here where the gasket goes. Just want to make sure that's clean and free of any debris that's going to keep the seal from sealing properly. All this old oil mixture of coolant, I'm just going to try to get as much as it off, wipe everything out, and call it good. It's time to get this block prepped. What we're going to do is just go ahead and remove this old gasket. What I'm doing here is just peeling off the old gasket material, so when we go back to put the timing chain cover back on, we can seal it properly, make sure nothing leaks. Here's a new head gasket. I got this one from a local auto parts store. This one ran me $72. This block is ready for the install, so we're gonna go ahead and put this gasket right on top of this block. Once that's done, we'll put the head back on and then put everything back together. I'm going to drop these head bolts back in to the head. Got them in a nice woolly bag. I'm just going to finger tight these head bolts. Once they're finger tight, I'm going to come back around with a torque wrench and apply about 50 foot-pounds of torque. Starting from the middle, then just working my way out. After everything's torqued down to 50 foot-pounds, I'm going to go back over the head bolts again and then do it a quarter turn. So torque them down to 50, and then once they're all torqued, an extra quarter turn. It's time to set this torque wrench 50 foot-pounds and torque her down. Okay. Alright, everything's torqued down to 50 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna go quarter turn with this breaker bar. So quarter turn. Okay. So I get the camshafts on. Just gonna put it back on as one assembly. Time to start torquing them down. 8 inch-pounds on these little guys, 22 foot-pounds on these two bigger guys. So here on the cam gear, you're gonna make sure the indent is in the middle of the yellow link right here. And then you're gonna make sure that this is in line with the yellow link, and then the yellow link is in line with this little arrow back here. So 1, 2, 3, all that's gotta be aligned. Same thing over here. You just wanna make sure that this indent is in the middle of this yellow link, and then it's lined up with the arrow back behind here. So 3 things gotta be aligned. This indent in the middle of the yellow link, and then that's gotta line up with this arrow. Alright, so down here on the crankshaft pulley, you want to make sure this little dot is in the middle of this pink chain link. Once that's lined up, you'll know everything's all in time. Now all we gotta do is just put the tensioners back on and put the timing cover back on. Alright, what I'm doing now is carefully putting on this guide back on here without messing any of this up. Fast forward, we went ahead and rebolted everything back on this engine. We've already changed the oil. We had to refill the power steering fluid, and then we just got done filling up the coolant. So now all we gotta do is just start up the engine and see what happens. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna prime the fuel pump to make sure there's fuel up at the injector. So I'm just gonna prime it a couple times, then I'll give it a start. Alright, this is the white smoke. It's just gotta burn off all the rest of the coolant that's still in the piston rings. So once all that burns out, it should clear up. Alright, temperature is good. No check engine lights. Alright, so she's been idling for about a good 15 minutes. I just been massaging this radiator hose, trying to get all the air bubbles out. So far it's looking good. Fans came on earlier. Temperature is steady. No check engine lights. Let's take a look at this tailpipe. No more white smoke coming out. Whatever's left in there was just residual that was just burning off. Now most of it's burnt off, and then it's just idling just normal. We started on December 5th. Today's January 7th. So roughly around 32 days to finish this project. Parts alone, I probably spent maybe around $400. Motor oil, coolant, power steering fluid, the head gasket, and just miscellaneous parts here and there. So it's about $300 or $400 total in parts. As far as the labor costs, yeah, it costed me 32 days, but 32 days for me, for this car, it was well worth it. So I ended up saving over $3,500 by doing this repair myself. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If it did, like and subscribe. And remember, join us next time on Garage Matters.